Yo, check this out.
Previously heard. Good Hope FM. Let's go.
He's alive! He is a phenomenal musician. Cape Town, you definitely loved him. You've loved him for so many years. We were just talking about it off air now. He's a vocalist. He's a personality. He's a songwriter. Is it okay if I say a record label owner? He's a record label owner. He is also a radio personality right here on Good Hope FM. One of the most stylish guys I've had the pleasure of working with. One of the kindest people in the entertainment industry, and they're not kind in entertainment. And on top of that, extremely talented, a whole lot of grit, a whole lot of drive, and one of the most disciplined people I've had the opportunity of meeting. Chad Saaiman.
Wow. Wow, man, I'm fantastic. How are you keeping, Kay?
I'm doing it. No, you're not doing a radio show now. You're being interviewed on the Great Drive. Don't come here with your Simon Says tone.
Listen, man, I must just say, like, that introduction was so special to me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Man.
You know, the words that stood out for me was discipline and kindness.
No, I think, Chad, you've been doing radio for how many years now?
4
years.
Yeah.
And I was here at the beginning.
You were?
When you started. And I, you know, as someone who's been doing radio for some time, I see a lot of people come and go, and I see people who are here for a reason and they know what they're here to do. And when I met you, obviously we met before, but when you started your radio journey, I was like, okay, cool. This guy's about it.
Oh, man.
This guy's definitely about it. So, yeah, man.
Thank you.
But we're not here about your radio show.
Yeah, just shout out to Jason Abels. Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah. We're not here about your radio show. We're here about your other career, which is long. Yeah. In fact, I don't think Cape Town actually realizes how long Chad Saaiman has been making music for. Yeah. Can we put a number to it?
2007 was my first single. It's 2024. Yeah.
2007.
Yeah, 17 years.
Were you still the tempo guy in 2007? Anybody who doesn't know, I'm just saying, at some point in your life, you were also the guy behind the chocolate.
Yeah, I was in the advert. It was one of my first big adverts, actually. Then they discontinued the chocolate a few years ago.
That's why I can say it all the time on radio.
Yeah, I didn't mind that they discontinued it because, you know, when you shoot an ad, you have to eat the same thing over and over. I think I had about 80 off tempos,
No way, bro.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
All right. And apart from being this actor, there's actually an artist that was born. Why did you choose music? Talk to me.
You know, I think I'd like to say music chose me.
Nice.
Firstly, because I just knew that there was a way I wanted to entertain. I was always an entertainer. I was tap dancing as a young boy at home. I was doing puppet shows. And when I played soccer, which is my first love, I think I was entertaining then as well.
Okay.
So when I got into music, the first day we sang at school, I started the song, and that's exactly when I knew I'm going to be doing this forever.
Really?
Immediately. Grade 11, yeah.
In school, you were like, I'm going to be a singer.
Yeah, I started, we had this group called PQ, and I started singing, and I knew when I started that this was going to be what I'm going to do.
What school are you at?
Garlandale High, Athlone. Shout out Athlone. Shout out to the ATL.
If there are any listeners from Garlandale High School tuned in, I want you to tell me about when Chad Saaiman was singing when he was in grade 11. I want pictures.
Yeah.
I want to see the whole... He can't be this good looking the whole time. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still blooming, Kay. I'm still blooming.
So, Chad, you decide that I'm going to be a singer.
Yeah.
Now, and I'm going to say this openly, in Cape Town, you get a lot of people who believe that they can sing.
Yeah.
But becoming a singer with regards to a career is a completely different step.
Absolutely.
So when did you commit to actually building a career as a singer?
Okay, that's a big difference because Cape Town firstly has some of the biggest talents in the world.
Yeah.
They are more singers than they are not singers sometimes.
And more DJs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, I think, when I left school, I pursued it for another year. And then while I was studying at UWs, I was at UWC. You were there too at some point.
Yeah.
And it was during that time, I think the turning point was when I entered Idols in 2002. And I got to a point where I was on TV. People who knew what they were talking about were saying I could do this. And I think for me personally, just at this turning point moment where I was like, I'm going to do this.
I can.
Yeah. But I'm gonna finish my studies first.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Chad, there was a stint, and you know what? I think it's such a pivotal stint in your career that you don't know that I know about.
Okay.
That you left Cape Town, you went to Johannesburg.
I did, yeah.
You know, I'm aware that you were signed to the late Teebs at the time at Show Love.
Yeah, shout out Tibbs, man.
And you had gone out there, and I think that's when All on the Wall came out, right?
Yeah. Around about that time, yeah.
2013.
I was in Joburg, yeah. 2013,
you were in Joburg,
yeah.
And then Chad, life almost came to a halt.
Yeah.
And then you came back as a different version of yourself.
Yeah.
What changed, and what are we receiving now?
Okay, so firstly, for the context, I was shot in Joburg.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I survived. God's plan, and I was meant to be here, meant to do what I do, meant to impact people, meant to make music, and just create these moments for people. That's what I've always done. After I was shot, it was an attempted hijacking, just by the way, to paint the picture for anyone. I did nothing wrong. But yeah, so I survived. And when you have a near-death experience, and anyone who's been through this will be able to attest, you really live life a different way. You wake up each and every day, and it's different to the way it was before. You go out there, you have the opportunity to do something, and now and then I have to remind myself that don't forget that you got this opportunity. You know, I get to sit here. I don't have to sit here. You know, it's an opportunity, and that's the version of me that's existed. I think it was 2011 June that it happened. So we're talking about 2011, 13 years. So for the last 13 years, I've just been this version of myself.
Absolutely, man. If you have any questions, Chad Saaiman is here. He's telling all today on the Great Drive, just before his actual show, Simon says, 071-286-0639. I love that you speak about change in your life and changing the individual. Now, I want to understand the different ingredients in a Chad Saaiman song. Okay. Because every artist has an ingredient.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And when you speak about this stuff all the time, you know, in passing, actually. I'm sure you never thought Kyeezi is going to speak to me about this on air.
I've never thought of the ingredients of my songs also.
I do think you have a unique tone. I've said this to you for a number of years. I think you have a unique tone, but there's definitely a Chad Saaiman ingredient. What disciplines in music making do you follow?
I have a certain way. I was a songwriter before I was making songs.
There we go.
So I got to write for Louis Sobala, Danny K, some other guys. And
you wrote for Louis Sobala and Danny K?
Yeah. I wrote for. I mean, when it came to Danny, we had worked on some stuff that never went out. But with Louis, I wrote on 2 of his albums. I wrote the song.
We didn't know this.
Yeah, I wrote the song "World of Mine" that features Kuli Chana that was nominated for Best Collab at the Summers.
What?
Yeah. I wrote that song. I wrote a few songs, man. So I was writing songs for other people because. That stemmed from the fact that there were so many better singers.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait, man, I have to build something else that I can have with me and just improve to make me different and unique. So that's how I started writing songs. And then I studied songs for a year.
Nice.
Not at a place. School of Life, Papa.
Okay. When you say studied songs, what did you do?
I listened to songs differently.
Okay.
I listened to songwriting. I listened to verses. I listened to choruses. I listened to lyrics, and I listened to how songs rhymed and why and feeling and all these things, bridges and ad libs. I just listened for 1 year, and then I said, okay, cool. And then someone taught me a few chords on the guitar. And then Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
If anything, I think it was actually my sister. 2 people. My sister Chad Saaiman, who coincidentally. I wrote my latest single with.
All right. Oh, we're gonna get into that latest single.
She showed me a few chords, man.
Absolutely.
And then I started writing. Yeah.
All right, man. Chad Saaiman's in the building. Before I get to the music, I had to peel him a little bit like an onion. I still got some more questions for you. They're on the way. Keep it locked on. If you are just joining us on the Great Drive, we're having an exclusive release of a brand new fire single, Cape Town. I don't say this a lot in a year. Maybe in a year I might say this like once or twice. You're gonna love this song.
Oh man.
You're gonna remember the song. You are going to remember this song. You're probably gonna sing around to the song. But before we get to the song, Chad Saaiman is here. And I did ask if you went to high school with Chad. Tell me about him.
Hey Kyeezi. I was at high school with Chad. I matriculated maybe a few years before him. Maybe 1 or 2, I'm not sure. But I remember Chad singing at school, at our school concerts. and variety shows, and he was amazing and still
man.
is.
Oh, thank you.
So you were that guy in high school.
Thank you.
Yeah, you were out here singing and making the rest of us look bad. I'm not gonna lie, Chad. I was the guy who used to hate on the singers in high school. You were that guy, huh?
Yeah, I was one of those guys. But it wasn't just that. It wasn't like, listen, man, you must understand.
You're trying to justify it.
No, let me explain. Like our school was in Athlone. So it's not like I was walking around like, hey, I'm the singer, I'm in control. It was more a case of like avoiding guys like you. Who were like, the singers, they like, singing that time was like, they sing,
Yeah.
I think what always normalized my life was soccer. I could play soccer.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
that allowed me to like be free and okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Apparently you were quite the footballer. Why didn't you pursue that?
I was busy pursuing it, and then I got into music, and I think at the time I needed to make a decision, and I was performing 6 nights a week.
All right.
I was studying 5 days a week at UW. I was playing soccer 3-4 days a week, and I needed to drop something, and it was actually advice my brother gave me. He said it's better to be at the moment I was a jack of all trades and a master of none. Yeah, so I had to drop something, and to be honest, I saw more potential in music than soccer, because I was also just developing quicker with music than I was with soccer. Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah. Well, if you are waiting for the single on the way, it's called Adore. Why Adore? What's the song about?
The song is about a beautiful love story. It's an account of my wedding day, which happened in April this year.
Congratulations, you married, man.
I am.
You're a singer. You were a singer in high school. Now you have a song about your wedding day. You're a married man. What's wrong with you, Chad?
Yeah, I have a beautiful wife as well.
What's wrong with you, Chad?
God is good.
Nah,
listen.
So what happened for you to decide, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and, narrate, because when you put your life story into a song, you are narrating something.
Yeah.
What made you decide that I'm going to narrate the day I became a married man?
I think it started with everyone asking if I'm going to sing at the wedding.
Okay.
They're like, surely you're going to sing at the wedding when your wife walks down the aisle.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not singing at the wedding. I got to be present in the moment.
So you feel like you owed everybody.
Something like that. And I think it was a life-changing day for me and experience. So the song starts with me talking about seeing her come down the aisle, and then the song talks about our future. So I kind of narrate the part of the wedding into our future that I foresee for us together. So it's honest, it's real, it's from the heart. I can count on my hands how many times I've had a love song like this, and it's special, man.
I've heard this song.
You've heard it before, I know.
And I think the first thing I thought was, Chad has found his pocket.
Yeah, you called me.
I called you. I wasn't even working. I called you. I was like,
no, you called me. I remember you were speaking soft. And I think I know why. I didn't know then. You were just like, yo, dog, listen, man. No one's heard you like this. Chad, you in your bag. You in your R&B bag, man. I don't know what you ate that day, but you in your R&B bag. It's like, why is he whispering?
It's on the way, man. It's a brand new single. You're getting it exclusively right after your headlines. Cape Town, this is what I want you to do when the song plays. I want you to listen to it, but I also want you to take a video, send it to our WhatsApp line 071-286-0639. I want to watch your reactions to what I think is a phenomenal song. Adore.
Yeah.
All right, so a song that narrates the day you got married.
Yeah.
So what the listeners are about to experience is the day you got married.
Yeah, it's that, and maybe the day that they got married.
I'm going to throw it in and have 3 dimensions for this song.
Yeah.
The day that they had got married.
Yeah.
And for those who want to get married.
And will get married, yeah.
And will get married.
Yeah.
They're going to visualize when they're going to get married.
Press release sorted.
I want to hear your thoughts on this. 071-286-0639. In fact, not just hear your thoughts. I want you to take a video of you reacting to Chad Saaiman's brand new single. It's called Adore. Exclusively right here on The Great Drive.
This is an exclusive only on The Great Drive.
Yo, Chad. Hey, Chad Saaiman.
Come on.
Oh. Hey, buddy. Chad, you found your pocket.
I felt that, man.
I felt that. The studio felt that. That is Chad Saaiman's brand new single, Adore. You heard it here first.
Yes.
Hold on, we're coming back after these.
Don't have a good drive.
Have a great drive.
Have a great drive with Kyeezi. Only on Good Hope FM.
I just gave you an exclusive by Chad Saaiman. It's Adore, his brand new single. This is going to be available when, Chad?
Tomorrow.
It'll be available
Midnight, if you're awake, yeah.
Midnight, stay up.
Yeah.
Stay up. We got some thoughts on the WhatsApp line, by the way, about your new single.
Okay.
Yo, Kyeezi. Yo, the song is Anibaran, bro.
Thank you, bro.
You know what? I can't wait for DJ Nino to get hold of this.
Listen.
Remix in this house.
Yo,
Listen.
Easy. Like, you know that lump in your throat that you get like when you listen to a song is like yo. Nah. Chad, you got it, bro.
Thank
This
you.
is like I think I gotta make this my wedding song, my future wedding song, guys.
Do it.
Hi, KN team. JP here from Colorado Park 7785, ripping your plek. Nah, that song of Chad, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Thank you, bro.
And it's unique.
Thank you.
There's a nice R&B soul type of vibe to it. And it qualifies to be in my bedroom playlist.
Come on now.
Hey, Chad.
Hey, man.
Chad, you're making...
Listen. Hey, my man.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
Yeah,
you played in the bedroom, bro.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Listen, I want to just before we go on, I want to send a big shout out to my sister, Chad Saaiman.
Yeah.
We wrote the song together, and to Soulful Clay who produced it, man. Big shout out. The music doesn't happen alone, so
Beautiful, bro.
yeah, man.
I got some comments here saying
Okay.
the most beautiful voice, Chad.
Oh man.
Man, Chad has been teasing us for the past few days. I'm so glad I could finally hear the song.
Thank you.
Feeling all the feels in the song. Well done on a great track, Chad. And that's
Thank you.
coming from RJ. Got one here saying, number one pick this year's wedding season.
Come on now.
Good one, Chad. Much love. Another one says probably the purest R&B vocal of South Africa. Chad,
Wow.
you are needed. Many blessings, and that's coming from, is it Jace?
Thank you.
In fact, I got this a voice note. I want to play it for you, Chad. Have a listen.
Good evening, Kyeezi team. Chad Saaiman.
Yes, sir.
Man, Chad, listening to your story is wow. It's amazing. It touched me, and especially you've been shot and with the whole incident in Joburg. Man, that's a blessing to for you to still be alive in that.
Yeah.
Man, I wish you all the best and success with
Thank you.
music, and I hope one day that I can collab with you
Okay.
regarding music. I'm a singer myself. I write songs also, but I've neglected my music for a very long time. So I'm hoping to get back into it soon. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.
Yo, bro. Hello.
Yes,
Who am I talking to?
Lorenzo. Hi.
Hey, what up, Lorenzo? You told Chad that you want to get back into studio. You'd love to collaborate with him and sing.
Yes, man. Look, I've neglected my music for more than 10 years. Because that was say about 15 years ago, and just after my mom passed on, because my mom was a singer, and I think that's where my music died. No time and again, I my own time, my quiet time, when lyrics come to my head, and I'll just put down on a piece of paper,
All right, Lorenzo.
So yeah.
I hear you, man. I mean, and life does happen. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a shot. We're gonna take a shot in the woods here, right? Lorenzo, give Chad and I a few notes there. Let's have a listen.
like
right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Put me on the spot. I'm thinking of
I
a
got you,
song
man.
now.
I mean, this is life. It's happening. It's right now. Let's get it. Hit me.
Let me just think. Okay, you put me on the spot.
Let's go.
I'm gonna take this moment and make it last forever. I'm gonna give my heart away and pray we'll stay together. Cause you're the one good reason. You're the only girl I need. Cause you're more beautiful than I have ever seen. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take this night and make it evergreen.
Yo, hold on,
Come
man.
on, come on
Hold
now, come on,
bro.
Lorenzo.
My man Lorenzo came through with the W. We're celebrating Chad's new single, Chad, as an artist who I believe is established. You have an artist on the line who wants to get back into music. What advice do you have for a person like Lorenzo?
That's exactly it. Get back into it, man. I mean, you got a beautiful voice. You got a unique tone. I didn't expect that tone actually based from your speaking voice, and it sounded unique. And when you have a unique tone, I think it's great because your voice can stand out. So you just gotta. It's like any sport or any kind of exercise. You gotta get that muscle flowing again. You gotta keep writing and write about the hardest stories, man. Write about the things that sometimes feel the hardest to talk about. Articulate those things. Keep just pushing on, man. Like if you're singing like that after 10 years of not singing, I can imagine what you can turn around if you just keep on pushing it for like another year or two. Okay.
Yeah. No, thank you, man.
Okay, bro.
Hey, man, look at that, bro. You own the moment, bro. We're going to save your number and we're going to hear your music in the future, all right?
Okay, cool. No problem. Thank you.
Wow, man.
Yeah, man, that's so beautiful.
Beautiful,
and there's so many people out there who like, have this relationship with music that is like so special, but life happens. You got to provide, you got to do this and that. And sometimes the timing's out and we all go through it, seasons.
We all go through it, bro. It's seasons. And I'm hoping that this becomes your season musically, Chad. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chad. Appreciate you.
Chad to the world. That's the text I just got right now. They took the words out of my mouth. We live by saying here on The Great Drive, greatness is something you practice every single day.
Yeah.
And we hope that you continue to go out there and be great, Chad.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you, team. Appreciate this moment. It's special to me to be here. I come here 4 days a week, but today feels completely different. So I'm just glad that there's new music on the way. A Doors out tomorrow and a whole lot of new stuff coming out later this year. It's taken a while for me to get back to this place, but seasons.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
He's also on the way.
The Great Drive with Kyeezi.
With Kyeezi.
Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. only on Good Hope FM.